We always find it so fascinating. And I like this idea that you are proposing. The thoughts are thoughts, whether they are good thoughts or bad thoughts. It's not meditation. Meditation in English is wrongly translated from the original word we call dhyana in India. You see, in English, they define meditation as thinking of something over a considerable period of time. But in dhyana, as you are also interestingly putting it, that when there are no thoughts, you like that so much, that state of mind where there are no thoughts. That is dhyana. And that's what we are aspiring for. Of course, thoughts will come. It's like this exercise, mind has to be exercised, how not to think. But more you exercise how not to think, it thinks more and more. And especially when you have good thoughts, you are chasing them. See, you not it's not even finished, and another good thought comes. And you're expanding, and then another thought comes. And if you're a scientist, perhaps you might, write a thesis on just one thought and say, wow, I am able to expand this so much. And that's the beauty of when we think and meditate, that's the beauty part of it. But when we arrive at this thoughtlessness, it's like, when you are trying hard to sleep. When you try so hard to sleep, you cannot fall asleep. It just happens. When we try not to think, your mind will, bring all kinds of thoughts. So at that time also let go of it and just surrender to the existence and say, okay, I give up. Whenever thoughts do come in my mind, I generally think that I'm now meditating on the divine presence in my heart that is attracting my attention inward, and I'm being blessed with the grace from above. That's all. Again, some thoughts would come, and I would remind myself that I'm meditating. And whenever I have taken a sitting in my earlier days from a preceptor, he would say, please start meditation. And I would also sit in front of that preceptor, or sometimes I would sit in front of my master. And at that time, since they are doing the cleaning on me, all kinds of thoughts would come. They would rise in my mind, and it's like a volcano. And the things that you should not be thinking in front of your master, they say, why do they come? Even when I'm away from him, when I'm alone, I don't get such thoughts. But now I'm sitting in front of my master, I'm sitting in front of a preceptor, and I'm getting all this crazy thought. And then you say, oh my God, not now. Please don't come now. And you will ruin your meditation. See that way. So, what do I do at that time? I bite my tongue. That's one thing I did. Second thing I did was I opened my eyes very gently as if my master is not looking at me. I opened very quietly. And then raise my hand and breathe deep. Nothing would work. And I would just sit with the mind absolutely surrendered and say, okay, boss, do what you have to do. And when I let go of it, then I would be lifted up as if I'm, being shot in as a rocket into a vacuum. Then I will have no thought. Moment you surrender, mind will give up. So the idea of surrender, you see, to the greater force or to the existence and say, I submit myself, you may take care of it now. And see the magical things happening then. See, mind is rebellious. More you try to work with it or against it, it's not going to work. So we move our attention towards the heart and try to feel instead of, think of divine. We try to feel the divine.